Hair is often the great concern of women, and in my own experience as a self-taught hairdresser, I have been able to handle several types of hair. In general, Caucasian straight hair of European populations in particular has some particularities. Some Caucasian hair is black and very voluminous, some is very fine and very silky, others have red and curly hair, and others have blonde hair with little volume, the same for brown hair. The nature of Caucasian hair varies, but what is most determining is the maintenance of the hair, and it must be well nourished and protected from chemical aggressions of all kinds. Concerning Afro hair, I would say that our hair is the most sensitive and fragile types of hair in the world. The reason is that Afro hair does not suffer long exposure to the sun and chemicals of all kinds. In general, there are different types of Afro hair with different textures, from frizzy to curly. There is mestizo hair, there is African hair, there is very mestizo hair like mine. And there is Afro blonde and brown hair that is curly and frizzy. Afro, frizzy and mestizo hair with a red color are wow in contrast. Asian hair is usually thick and voluminous, and it is rare to see hair loss and breakage in Asian hair. As for Native American hair, I would say that it is great, thick and very shiny. Otherwise, I believe that all types of hair without exception shall be treated with natural products to optimize their health and natural beauty, because hair always needs to be well nurtured and strengthened against external aggressions. There is another subject that I would like to address, and it is the world of beauty. I know for a fact that beauty among women in English-speaking countries is an element of significant stress and high social demand. And I find this very unfortunate because these types of society encourages the malaise of women in these societies and the lack of personal tolerance towards English-speaking women. An intolerance that is internal among these women and external among them, since criticism of their physical appearance is common. I think that the English-speaking world of beauty is intolerant and extremely macho. It's a female erotic dictatorship of all kinds. In Europe, the world of beauty has its traditional requirements, but this model is quite tolerant too, since it has two faces. One expresses competitiveness and the other expresses the freedom and personal well-being of each woman. And in general, all women in Europe are accepted for their physical appearances and their clothing choices. Very often, women around the world are not heard or listened to, unfortunately, and this explains the silence of many women around the world. Women who are afraid of being judged for their thoughts and ideas. Personally, I don't think it healthy for a woman to force herself to please to everyone and men. The best thing will be for everyone, and especially women, to make efforts for themselves first and foremost, and for women's striving to be sincere and spontaneous, a sharing without social pressure and without forced or without burdensome influences. Minorities are always created like lemons in the male world of money. A woman should have the freedom to be herself and express herself in her own way. When a woman wants to be a mother, she must think about her private life, her image, and her influence on her children. Every mother should be conscientious and responsible about the value she brings to her children. Will your success be a shame or a pride for you and your children? Are your desires in line with your values? Every mother should think about these questions. Sexuality is not only a sin of rebellion. Sexuality is also a sin of submission. It is only the contest that is an obvious revealer. The opportunism of male capitalism has always been worthless. In conclusion, it is not beneficial for a woman to be tied to male capitalism in this moment. Women have a neglected universal abundance and an emotional richness that has a great chance of being a creative force. Finally, walking is one of the best gentler exercises for maintaining the health. I don't do anything that does not correspond to my principles. I stay loyal to myself. Thank you.